OITPC, Joshua Stewart, pipe up north. We got another codger and a corn cob and tobacco tin Tuesday here for you. Well, let's start right out. My corn cob, just a Missouri Meerschaum Legend bent stem. I do have a filter in it. What filter do I have in here? Well, better not pull it apart. I think I got a White Elephant Meerschaum filter in here today. And yeah, this is, like I say, just a corn cob that I've got dedicated for codger blends. And in it, Captain Black Platinum. This doesn't seem to be as heavily topped as some of the other Captain Black blends. Still very good. I think it was Paladin Piper. I think last time I had the Captain Black Platinum on camera. Now, Pat, if you're watching this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but was this the one that was closest to the old Prince Albert? I believe before the new blend, or I think he even said like to the 60s and 70s Prince Albert. Like I say, Pat, if you happen to watch this, correct me if I'm wrong. But I think last time I had it, I haven't had the new Prince Albert yet at that time. I did get a tub of Prince Albert here, I'm not even sure when it was, a month ago or so. Might have been longer than that already. Time flies. I was mostly comparing it to Carter Hall. And I think I'm a little bit more of a Carter Hall guy than Prince Albert. I tried it as my daily commute smoke for about a week. But it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't quite doing it for me. So, but it seems like as it's gotten colder out, I'm not doing a bowl on my commute to work in the morning either anymore. I'm not really sure why, but maybe just roads tend to be icy, and I just need a little bit more concentration on the road rather than keeping the pipe lit. And some of it is I'll keep a Bic in the car for lighting. Of course, it gets cold out, the Bics don't work so good. I always keep one in my pocket too. I keep a Bic in my left pocket and a Zippo in my right, or a Bic in my right pocket and a Zippo in my left pocket, but they're kind of hard to dig out while you're driving. it seems like the Zippos, unless you're diligent at refilling them regularly, if you go a week or two without using them, they dry out, it seems like, and you need to add fuel right when you need them. But been liking this lighter that I got from Greg, so thanks, Greg. Although this one, it seems like I got to refill it almost daily too. I'm probably not filling them right either. I just stick it upside down and put the butane adapter on there and leave it on there for 10-15 seconds. Alright, now that I got this going good, hopefully it'll stay lit pretty well. We'll get on to our tobacco tin. Now, I'll just do a quick little recap here for the new watchers, new subscribers. My mother had been collecting tobacco tins probably since the 70s, as long as I can remember. You know, when they moved and downsized, she gave me her collection because she didn't really have a good place to display it. So I got the collection, and I've been sharing them weekly pretty much for the past several months, and I've got a few months worth left to share. But today we have Revelation. A Philip Morris product. The perfect pipe tobacco. It's mild and mellow. I'll just read the back here for you. Blended from an old private formula in which experience and skill combine in producing this perfect mixture. Now this one's got a little bit of a remnant of the tax stamp on it. 1¼ ounces tobacco, series 119. And I'm going to pause you for a second and look up quick what year series 119 was. Alright, quickly looked it up, and of course you can trust everything on the internet. But according to what I found, the series 119, right there, was from 1949. I'm not sure when they quit making it. I suppose I could look that up too, but no sense pausing extra more than we need to. And I guess one thing I did in my preparation for making this, I tried to look up a little information, and I did find an interesting article about Albert Einstein, which I think everybody knows that Revelation was his blend. that apparently, and they refer to it in the article I read as his pipe, but I don't know if he only had one pipe. I would find that hard to believe that he only had one pipe, but they say his pipe is now owned by the Smithsonian Museum, but it's not very often on display because it's usually loaned out to other museums. So, interesting little tidbit. In the video I made previously, I talked about the whole STG McBaron Sutliff situation. And I almost didn't post that video because I realized after I was done that I forgot one of the points I was trying to make in the video. Well, it'll lose any dramatic effect. Well, not like I have a lot of dramatic effect on anything I do on this channel, but I'd shared the story about the Malco company that was basically redoing the vice grips with in the original place with the original people rather than shipping it off to China and making a superior product. And the reason I believe that failed was because they didn't market it well enough. Because I would have bought some, but I didn't even know about it until they were out of business, or they discontinued them, I should say. I think Malco's still in business, but so I'm sure anybody that's considering spending millions and millions of dollars to bring back it wouldn't be Sutliff, but a Sutliff equivalent, they would maybe look at the story like that and say, well, it's a guaranteed money loser. But I don't know. Hopefully somebody can come up with something and keep some competition in the market. Even I don't know that it would even necessarily be a direct competition, because they would be filling a niche, whatever the proper word is, that STG is wanting to ignore. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Hold on here a second. I think I got a phone call. Wasn't important, don't worry. But when was it? A couple weeks ago, I got a couple weeks ago now, got an order in. Kind of expanding my cellar a little bit. I mean, I don't have the means to buy, 20 pounds of my favorite. or more, whatever would be deemed a lifetime supply. But when I find something I like, I try to order an extra tin or two on every time I do an order, just to kind of slowly build up the cellar a little bit. One of them that I got a couple weeks ago was the Davidoff flake medallions. I'm not smoking that right now, but it's another one of those. Definitely a top 10, might be pushing the top 5. I always kind of use the Scudo as the kind of the standard for a top 10 blend. I think I like it better than a Scudo, but I gotta be careful because it seems like it's got a little bit more of a neck hit that if I smoke half a flake, I'm usually fine, or half a coin, whatever we call them. And if I do a full coin, I gotta make sure I take it slow, because that stuff can knock you on your butt if you're not careful. That was kind of cool. I don't know if it got caught on the camera, but I had a real thick, big smoke ring, and it like floated all the way up to the ceiling. And should have another order showing up tomorrow. Had some gift cards that I needed to use up before the end of the year, so. Or they expired at the end of the year, so. Got one of the sales and got a few things on their way. But I guess one of the other things that I'll maybe chat about here just a little bit. I'm running a little long. I should probably just call it here, but maybe pose it out as the question of the day. If you stuck around this long. But I've gotten a lot of stuff, probably more 6 months ago than now, off of tin bids, and I got some pretty good deals on there. I've been watching pretty regularly now, and it's like stuff is bringing basically what you can get it for anyplace else. So is it just me that I'm not as interested in a lot of the stuff that's available, or has bidding on there become a little bit more competitive that you can't get the bargains like you used to? Don't get me wrong, I still see some bargains on there every once in a while. But it's usually for stuff that I've got little or no interest in buying. which is probably why it's going for bargain prices. I remember getting 6 months ago, I could occasionally get a tin of Escudo on there for $8. I think I bought several tins at $8. I guess even the prices they're going for now is like 12, 13, 14, which is still cheaper than the regular catalog price, but I mean that's the price that you can catch it on sale for if you watch. So anyway, you got experience with that you'd agree or disagree or have your own thoughts, let me know. Or if you know of any other auction sites. And I, I watch tin bids quite a bit too, but there's too much of the really high-end rare stuff on there that is beyond my means at the moment. Although I do see some stuff on there occasionally too that's reasonable price, or that goes for a reasonable price. And I've never actually won anything on tin bids, but I've come in second quite a number of times. So I don't know if that's just the seller protecting their stuff that doesn't have a reserve on it, or how it's working. So and maybe also let me know if you've ever had any bad experiences or exceptionally good experiences, I guess, with any of the online auction places for favorite blends. So, got another busy week coming up. Give me a little bit of a short week because got oldest daughter is graduating from college this weekend. So we're gonna go down for that, and we're also gonna be celebrating Christmas with my brothers and their families and my parents. And between all that, I got to finish up my Christmas shopping too. We'll see how that all goes. So with that, we're running plenty long here again, but not as bad as the last couple. So with that, I'll let you all go. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is Joshua Stewart, Pipe Up North. Have a good day.